Unit 9, Reading 2, page 171.
Climate change. Making informed decisions. For the past decade, there have been angry debates about whether our planet is heating up and whose fault it is. Now the debate cannot be avoided. TV reporters, scientists, famous actors, and singers are all delivering the message that our planet is in trouble and that human beings are the cause. They say we must act now to reduce our use of fossil fuels before it is too late. At the same time, a few governments and some scientists argue there is no clear evidence that humans are causing recent changes in climate and weather. Clearly, the experts can't agree. So what is the average person supposed to think or do about this issue? Can carbon dioxide produced by humans cause climate change? This question was first studied in the early 1900s. For the next 60 years, most scientists did not think that the daily actions or lifestyles of humans could really change the Earth's temperature. Since then, however, many scientists have come to believe that our actions do make a difference. In 1988, a group of scientists called the International Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, met to discuss three critical issues. 1. How our lifestyles affect the Earth's climate. 2. How climate change would affect us in the future. And 3. How exactly to deal with climate change. Later, the IPCC recommendations were used to write the Kyoto Protocol, a 1997 agreement that addressed our role in the Earth's changing atmosphere and set international limits for gas emissions. A few governments, including the United States and Saudi Arabia and some companies, don't support the Kyoto Protocol. They think achieving the limits recommended by the protocol would cost too much money and be bad for business. Scientists retained by these governments and companies argue that recent climate change is not actually caused by humans. These scientists don't think we really need to change our lifestyles. That is, we should continue to drive, fly, and live normally. They present evidence they say proves that the Earth is going through a normal heating and cooling cycle, as it has done throughout its history. So, is there a link between humans and climate change, or not? Who should we believe, the IPCC, or the governments and companies that disagree with it? To reach an educated opinion, it is important to think about the people who make scientific claims and what their purposes may be. For example, some say the scientists who warn about global warming are trying to scare people in order to get attention and money for their research. According to Petra Cilic, professor of physics and atmospheric sciences at Dalhousie University in Nova Scotia, scientists can only get this attention and money by making things bigger and more dangerous than they really are. And what about the other experts who say our use of fossil fuels is not causing climate change? Well, some of them receive money from companies that produce these fossil fuels. For example, ExxonMobil, one of the world's biggest oil companies, spends $2 million a year to support groups that discredit the idea of global warming. Both the Union of Concerned Scientists, a group of watchdog scientists in the United States, and the Royal Society, Britain's top scientific academy, have accused ExxonMobil of trying to confuse people with incorrect and dishonest information about climate change. Clearly, scientific information can be affected by the interests of individual scientists. When we hear reports on climate change, we must use good judgment and ask ourselves where the facts are coming from. We must interpret the research, make informed decisions, and most importantly, continue to actively participate in the debate.